Hello, my friends. I would like to begin by thanking you for your many questions you left on my last video where I asked what topic would you like to see in an upcoming video concerning the left-hand path and the occult in general. Now, some of them I've already done videos on, so go through my video catalog, if you will, and you'll be able to find some of those. But you've given me a lot to work with, and I want to thank you again. Now, the first one I'm going to take a crack at, I guess you could say, has come from Van Nocturne. And this is the question. A left-hand path perspective on overcoming PTSD from child abuse. I think it would be a good topic because it's usually this type of horror that brings people to the left-hand path, myself included, but also brings some people to political cults like SJWs. I agree with this one. I'm also suggesting this because of the misconception of satanic ritual abuse. And discussing this topic in a video would be a great way to dispel that. Okay. Now, I've made videos somewhat touching on this in the past, but this is an important, very important part of the path. On this channel, I try to get at the root of why we do what we do. Why are we on the left-hand path? And this right here, what happened to you as a child, is a big reason, I believe, why we are on this path. Why are we drawn to the darker aspects of existence? What are we trying to sort out in our heads? This is important. Now, myself, my childhood, and I've touched on this before in the past, my childhood was a nightmare. It is something I would only wish upon my worst enemies, I'll put it that way. You could name a form of abuse, and I have dealt with it as a very young child in some cases. And I am fully convinced that what I have been doing in my life is trying to come to terms with that. Trying to recognize the horror of existence and make the best of it. Because, to be blunt, I like who I am. I like very much who I became. I'm a very proud man. I do not wallow in misery. I love being alive. Hopefully you'll be alive for another 60 years. Who knows? And I did in the past, but not anymore. I will never feel sorry for myself again. Now, I'll bring up the topic. I'll bring up the topic of my past. I'll try to sort it out. I'll discuss it with people. I'm not ashamed of it. This isn't stuff I did. This is stuff that was done to me. And I don't want pity from others. That's the last fucking thing I want. Now, there are different levels of abuse. You didn't have to go through like the physical, sexual, psychological torment that a lot of us have gone through. It could be simply, let's say, neglect on the part of your parents. And neglect can be in some ways as psychologically traumatizing as physical abuse. It all depends on the individual and the sort of neglect we're talking about. But very much so, this is the catalyst that put us on the path. I am fully convinced of this. What we are, and as I mentioned earlier, what I have tried to do is sort out the darkness. I look at what happened in my case, and I try to find the light in the darkness. Okay, these things happened. I am who I am. I like who I am. So in a sense, even though it was, quote, traumatizing, I liked, or I love, the end result. Luckily for me, I have half a brain. I have a certain degree of willpower. And and because of this, I didn't end up in prison or a junkie on the streets. I made the best of it. And that is the core of the path. It's finding heaven in hell. Because life is a bitch, period. I mean, you don't have to go through all what I went through or what others have gone through to know that life is really fucking tough for everyone. Even those spoiled rotten shits you see on TV and so on, the Kardashians or whatever. Life's even rough for those assholes. Now, the satanic abuse thing. The Satanic Temple. I've spoken to Lucian Greaves, the head of the Satanic Temple, and his main focus, and in this aspect of TST, I respect, his emphasis was to take on that nonsense. What so many people, especially back in the 80s, believed to be legit. That there was, a cabal of individuals, maybe in small towns or in a larger scope, who, I don't know, got women to breed babies so they could be sacrificed, or children who were sexually abused by their parents, or let's say officials of the town you're from, or whatever, wearing dark robes, and they put these children on altars and sexually abuse them and blah blah blah. And there, I don't believe, I could be wrong, but I don't think there's been one verified case of this. Now, have there been whack jobs who have called themselves Satanists and have killed people? Yes. Satanic organizations who abuse children on a regular basis? No. You can check the FBI, for instance. I don't believe there is a single case. And Lucian Greaves, getting back to that, that's part of the reason why he started TST, was to take on that bullshit. And I admire him for it. You have two choices. You have the road to self-destruction, or you have the sinister path to illumination. The path or the road of self-destruction is what most people take when they've experienced childhood trauma. They don't face the darkness. They keep it bottled up inside. They keep that demon caged. And eventually that demon is going to get loose. It's going to wreak havoc. It's going to ruin your life, and it's going to ruin the lives of others around you. A lot of these quote, let's call them serial killers, a lot of them are psychopathic. A lot of them are sociopathic. A lot of them have gone through childhood trauma. And they've never learned what it is to go down the sinister path, if you will, facing the demon. They keep that demon in a cage. They torment that demon to the point where it eventually gets out. And it wreaks holy hell. Now, most of us don't go that far. Most of us simply take it out on ourselves through, I don't know, becoming drug addicts, alcoholics, basically losers in life. Or we take it out on others, or we do both. It's important to commune with your demon. That's the core of what this path is all about. Facing the darkness, and like I said earlier, finding heaven in hell.